Guys, what's good? It's your boy Phil. Today we are talking about Record of Ragnarok, the latest 2 chapters that just dropped a few days ago, maybe like a week ago from now. There are a lot of things in these 2 chapters. There's going to be multiple videos I have dropping about these 2 chapters. This one, which is about Qin Shi Huang. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at my Chinese. Yes, sir. Versus Hades. I'm calling this video the Qin Shi Huang versus Hades pre-match coverage, because that's what we're going to do in this video. I'm going to talk about each of these guys provisional, because we still don't know in certainty if this is going to be the matchup. I think it's going to, for a lot of different reasons, and I'm very, very excited for this matchup. I'm not trying to hype you guys up. I'm not trying to sound like I'm trying to sell you this round, but legit, I think this round can probably be the best fight we've seen in a Record of Ragnarok so far. No bullshit. No bullshit. I think this can be the best fight we've seen so far for a couple of reasons. But we're going to jump into that today. I don't have an assessment, a prediction of who I think is going to win this round yet, because, you know, it hasn't even started yet. But we're going to talk about some really cool things, some really cool ideas that I think we're going to see in round 7, I think, right? Shit, dude, we're almost halfway done. It's crazy. There's a lot of things. I also have a video dropping about Nostradamus later in the near future, so because that's a big character. That's a big character as well. Record of Ragnarok is pretty damn cool. It's pretty damn cool. But without further ado, let's talk about Qin Shi Huang versus Hades, the pre-match coverage. Without further ado, let's do this shit. All right, we're going to start this video off talking about Hades, because this is the god I know more about personally, and also the most recently added god into the roster and mix of things. There is a recent theme in Record of Ragnarok that's just been starting to happen, that we can now interchange gods in the roster. Previously, Buddha, obviously changing sides completely. Also, Zerofuku, Hajun getting in the mix, and now Hades being newly introduced into the tournament. So that's something we might have to keep in mind for the future of Record of Ragnarok. Although I don't know if it's gonna happen, because I don't want the roster to get fucked up even more than it already is. But anyways, Hades, ruler of the underworld. This guy, I think, you know, when I read the chapter right away I thought, okay, whoever's fighting Hades is probably gonna take an L. He's probably gonna take an L. But I'm telling you right now, this fight can be a lot closer than we think, as they all are usually. I mean, obviously, no one expected the Hajun shit to come out of nowhere last round and, you know, actually give my boy Buddha a run for his money. But hey, it happened. So Hades, the weakest of the 3, you know, Zeus, Poseidon, Hades trio. He is the weakest from what I've researched briefly. Google. He is the weakest, but he has the strongest army. He has the strongest army, the army of the dead. Out of the 3 brothers, he's got the strongest army. Here's why this is important. This is why it's important. Spoiler alert for like the whole video. I'm picturing, right, and a couple other people are picturing this. I've seen it in the comments. I've seen it in Reddit posts. I'm picturing this fight is not necessarily going to be Qin versus Hades. It's going to be Hades and his large-ass army versus Qin and his large-ass army, which is insane. That's hype. That's so exciting, bro. I can't wait. How many bodies are we going to have in this little-ass arena? That's what's exciting for me. This is not going to just be a 1v1 at Rust. No, this is going to be all-out war. And if that's the case, which I'm really hoping it is, I am very exciting. But fuck Qin. We're not going to talk about him yet. Let's talk about my boy Hades. Hades, obviously, is the ruler of the underworld, army of the dead, all that shit. Helheim being introduced a few other chapters. It was pretty clear that Hades was going to fight in this tournament at some point, right? And, you know, for a second, I thought it was going to be Nostradamus that fights him, because they were alluding to my boy Nostradamus being in Helheim, the only human to go there. So that didn't happen, though, because Nostradamus is going to be saved for a later date. But anyways, a very important thing that we have to remember probably throughout this whole round is that the arena, the domain, right, the area they're fighting in has now been tailored to Hades, you know, persona, his whole specifications, right? The domain is basically his. It's Hades. It's not Qin's, it's Hades. That's probably going to be important later on. Right now, I'm just tossing it out there because it was in the manga. It looks pretty important. It's going to be important at some point. But anyways, a little bit about Hades. He's probably going to use a spear. I think that's what historically, you know, the personifications of Hades, he usually uses a spear. Same with, you know, Poseidon has the trident. I think Hades has like a two thing trident. A bident, is that what it's called? No, I don't know. But yeah, Hades is coming in here with the advantage because of his domain. Because he's probably going to have... this is a long... it's not a long shot, to be honest. He's the ruler of the underworld. But he's probably going to be a necromancer, if I had to guess. Hades is probably going to have some necromancy abilities. You're going to see him use the army of the dead. And you're going to see him, like, you know, they get bodied or some shit. And then he just resurrects them. That's probably what you're going to see come out of Hades. So get ready for that. It's kind of all we know, though. I mean, Hades is one of the chief gods. He's strong as shit. He's up there with Zeus. He's up there with Odin. So he is weaker than Zeus, historically. We don't know in the manga if that's the case, but historically he's weaker than Zeus, but it's his army. It's his army and most likely his necromancy abilities that are going to carry Hades in this matchup. So watch out for that because it is going to be insane. You saw him, he cracked his little eyeglass thing going on. He's serious to avenge his boy Poseidon. I don't know, like, on this range of personality traits on where my boy Hades is gonna span. It looks like he's more similar to Poseidon than he is to Zeus. So keep that in mind as well, because Poseidon did lose, and he lost kind of shittily. So, I don't know, man. I might be Team Qin on this one. I might. Well, anyways, let's talk about the boy Qin. Qin Shi Huang, the first unifier of China and the founder of the Qin dynasty. He built the Great Wall of China. Fun fact for you there. He had this thing called the Terracotta army. More on that later. He's here. This is a fan favorite of, from what I've seen, majority of the Record of Ragnarok community ever since they dropped the teaser, you know, drawing of Qin Shi Huang. Everybody is falling in love with this fucking dude. And me being one of them. I'm pretty damn hyped for this guy. I don't know if I want to take the Qin versus Hades debate yet. That's for a later time when we actually get into the fight. But as of right now, I'm just excited. I'm excited we got him. I'm excited how cool he looks. He has fucking the Gojo fucking look going on with his eyes and shit. He's got these claw type things. I don't think that's going to be the Voland. I think I said that in the last video, that his claws are probably going to be the Voland. I don't think so. And there's a couple of reasons why. Because he has some signature weapons. Alright, let's fucking talk about that right now. Qin. Alright, here, backstory. I play a lot of Smite, right? I play Smite, and there's an item in Smite called Qin Size, right? There's Size, like fucking Raphael from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's probably what I'm thinking he's gonna use in the fight, right? Obviously, he could pull out like a spear or like a sword or some shit, but that's just fucking boring. No, he's gonna use his size, Qin Size. So that's what I'm expecting his Volan to be. It's gonna be a little weird if Hades is using his spear and Qin is using his sides. Obviously, they might clash up a few times, but if we're going with the narrative that this fight is gonna be the battle of two armies, I don't think it really matters what weapons they're fucking using. I mean, we had fucking Jack the Ripper have glove Volans. So, and Adam had brass knuckles, so it really doesn't matter. I'm voting for Qin Size, but that's just me. But anyways, back to the army shit, right? He had this thing called the Terracotta army. So, here's how I see the army versus army battle going. If Hades is going to use the army of the dead, obviously, necromancy, all that shit, right? I think it would be a little boring if Qin just pulled up with his normal human army. I think that would be boring, personally. It'd be cool, sure, but no, I think it would be boring. I want this dude to pull up with his fucking Terracotta army fucking sculptures, right? They're literally sculptures. You could Google this shit. They're sculptures. They were found. There's like 8,000 of them. They got horses, cavalry, all that shit. They're sculptures, right? There's some tall ones. There's some short ones. They have a bunch of different variants, but they're sculptures, right? So what's gonna happen when a fucking zombie stabs a terracotta soldier sculpture? Well, that shit's gonna crack, right? Well, what if my boy Qin can fucking reform the sculptures, bro? So we're gonna have this fight where we basically have two guys who have infinite armies going at each other. That's gonna be sick. I think this is gonna happen personally, but that's my rant about the Terracotta Army. I hope he brings out the Terracotta Army versus the Army of the Dead. I think it would be sick. It'd basically be two necromancers just going at each other, and it'd be fun. It'd be fun. It'd be fun as well. Little lore on Qin. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to transfer. I've been calling him Qin for a while. His name's actually Qin. It's pronounced Qin. But there was a lot of talk back in the day before he got introduced that there was a possibility that Qin could be the human to betray humanity and join the side of the gods, because this is in line with his lore that he wanted to be a god. Or he saw himself as a god, actually, when he was the first emperor of China. So there was a lot of talk about that. I don't think that's going to happen. I think a majority of us probably don't think that's going to happen anymore. That'd be a wild twist. I don't know if Hades would like that all too much. I think Hades would still try and, take his ass out. But it was a cool sign, anyways, that he sat on the seat where Hades was sitting, and he was like, yo, I'm fucking here, dude. Let's fight. So that was maybe the only cameo of that side of Qin that we'll ever see in the series. I really hope he doesn't betray humanity. I don't think Brunhild thinks he's gonna betray humanity. And by the way, Brunhild, when she introduced Qin, she was very confident. She was very confident that this is the guy that could take down Hades, and I'm kind of believe her. I kind of do. If it's the army versus army fight, right? If we look at the roster, who else has a crazy ass army the size of Qin's here? And I really hope it's the Terracotta Army, man. It's gonna be so cool if it is, dude. I'm excited. I'm very excited for this fight. That's kind of it. That's kind of the pre-match coverage we have. We know all about Hades. Well, not really. We know he's strong as shit. Chief God, for sure. And we know he has a bone to pick with the humans for killing his boy, his brother, Poseidon. But Qin, man, I think we're gonna get some cool shit from him. I'm looking forward to flashback chapters of both Qin and Hades. Maybe Hades gets a flashback chapter that has Nostradamus in it. Who knows? But more so Qin, because this is a person, a historical figure that I don't know much about. I think the last time I heard the word Qin or Qin Dynasty was in like freshman year of high school. So I'm not up to date on my Qin Shi Huang lore. But that's why I read the manga, man, because it's a lot of history. It's a lot of cool shit that goes down in the manga. But guys, that's the video. That's the pre-match coverage of Qin Shi Huang versus Hades. I'm really pulling for the army versus army fight. I think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be sick. Necromancer, Army of the Dead versus my boy Qin Shi Huang. His chin size, his fucking Raphael little dagger shit. That and his Terracotta Army. I really want to see it happen. I think it's gonna be sick. I think if we just get like a fucking 10,000 versus 10,000 battle going on in this arena, it's gonna be cool. Shit is gonna get out of hand, and it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really cool. But don't forget, like I said earlier in the video, don't forget that Hades has home field advantage here. I think that's really gonna be key in this fight. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching the video. Let me know down below, what do you think about the army versus army matchup? Do you think it could happen? Are you confident in Qin Shi Huang? You think he has a chance in this fight? Because I do. I really do. I really think he does. I think the Zeus boys might go 1 for 2 in this tournament, but we'll see. Hades might have to get sent right back to Helheim, baby. Or are you team Hades? Are you saying fuck Qin? Hades is getting the dub. Do let me know. But guys, as always, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.